We're live. Really? You don't go live when I'm telling you to go live and I click away for like a sec. You can't do anything these days. You can't have anything. But man, there's nothing on screen right now. Safi, put something on the screen so that people can go, oh man, that's a thing I could look at. Dang, I don't know if I have anything for you to look at. This'll do. Well, I didn't expect there to be anyone, and I'm still disappointed. It just drives a man to think. But does it drive a man to skink? Starting a bit. Just giving everyone a little bit of time to show up, say hello, to rub their dirty hands all over the floor. Wah. And I just want to say wah. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Can't believe someone posted a shoefish. Well, if no one's going to show up, then we might as well get going at some point. Well, gotta make sure my audio is working. Alright. Let's make sure that everything's where I can see it. Put those beans where I can see them. Some loud. Go ahead and take a bite of my yogurt. There. That'll keep the normies at bay. Not recording yet, so the people watching the recording are completely spared. Am I disgusting? Hold up. I made one fatal mistake. My water's all the way over there. This is public, right? Yeah, people can show up. They just want too little, too late, too fancy, too just out there. The heck is this? Well, I'm not... Oh, wait, hold up. Bop, let's go. Let's not waste any more time. But before we can truly get going, we need something... You know what, that'll do. That'll do. Chapter 2, Confusione! Dinosaurs of all colors and sizes adorn the steps up to the school, conversing with their peers, warmly welcoming each other and regaling each other with stories of faraway places. I wonder if Rachel and I share classes together. Passing through the dual doors into school, I continue onwards. Yes, that's generally what happens when you go through a door. I'm in Class A, if I remember correctly. Arriving at one of the first doors that line the hall, spotted a label with an A written on it. Stepping inside... Why are we over-describing this? Come on, man, none of this matters. Stepping inside, I was greeted with a common sight of students. Also, what fucking 14-year-old uses regale? Anon, please stop talking to your daughter like that. Stepping inside, I was greeted with a common sight of students. Yet you felt the urge to call it out. Either at their seats, prepping for class, or hanging around in groups. A collective glance shot my way for a second.
But over here.
An exceedingly loud yet familiar voice emanated from the back of the room. I like how... So the voice... Such a weird way to describe something that is an active participant. Emanate implies a degree of passivity to it. People do not emanate voices. They may project one. Making my way over, with an overjoyed grin, I noticed the pained expressions of those who were not braced for the abrupt explosion of sound. It was a thing they'll have to get used to eventually, especially since they were now in class with Rachel.
How'd you know we'd be in the same class?
I asked as I sat in the seat she'd reserved me.
Of course I knew. Fate isn't capable of tearing us apart.
The response was on brand for her, and though it was ambiguous, I couldn't help but be relieved. The prospect of spending my upcoming school life with a close friend was undoubtedly empowering. Why are you saying undoubtedly empowering? You're the one saying this! It's just empowering.
How you been, Andy? Were you really that worried that we wouldn't be in the same class?
A sly grin grew on her face, teasing me over my misplaced emotions. A part of me knew all too well that answering her honestly would only make her more smug. Thankfully, another part of me also knew exactly how to deal with her. Placing a hand on the top of hers, I stared straight into her golden eyes.
Of course I was worried. You can't even begin to imagine how lonely I'd be without you around.
Just kiss already! But we're not even started and we're already getting to the kissing sequences. Dang, dude. We are in a no chills, no frills game here. There's like crumbs all over my desk. Where'd those come from? Ugh. Anyway, a fervent blush spread across her already red cheeks. She tried to pull away, but the next phase of my plan was already in motion. I'm so glad we're together again. With a tilt of my head and a smile, she was done. Blushing harder than thought possible regarding shades of red, broke away in a groan.
You know I don't like it when you get all serious and proper and stuff.
Her gaze dropped to avoid mine, a cherry pink hair covering her face in a cute manner. Despite her reaction, deep down I knew she didn't actually mind me teasing her like this. It's because we're lesbians. Just kiss already!
That's how we truly feel after all. Oh, shut up.
I grinned at my mental victory over my friend. Why is it a mental victory? It's just a victory, man. But to my shock, giggling began to emanate from me. Giggling can emanate, but a voice does not. From behind us. It's really hard to explain why. It's hard to explain why, but I'm just being a little pedantic here. Well, dang. Someone didn't just damn. Well, dang.
shut up.
Okay, I've got over victory. Sitting around, I saw a pair of girls in their seats snickering to themselves over the spectacle. Suddenly realizing that maybe I shouldn't have gone that far, I joined the flustered racial in embarrassment. Well, at least it wasn't that bad. The world gave us a chance to move on in the film of a ringing bell. Everyone shuffled to their seats just in time as the door opened. A female teacher entered the classroom, making her way to the desk before slamming down a stack of papers with a vibrant smile. Who is this? Oh, it's a completely new character. Who's, by the way, I'm pretty sure it's going to vanish in like a little while or so.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome you all on this journey in Volcano High.
She held a hand to her chest.
I'm Mrs. Amara. You know, I have the great privilege of being your homeroom teacher this year.
With a reassuring tilt of her head, I felt much more at ease for the coming time.
Now, I'm certain that some of you already know each other. Maybe you were compared to junior high at some time, but some of you you're meeting for the first time. So, for the first period we have, I'd like you all to introduce yourself to class and to me, so we all get to know each other.
We all saw this coming, but it didn't make it any less tedious to deal with. Mrs. Amara beckoned to the first unfortunate us all sitting in front, starting the sequence, one by one until it got to our turn. Rachel got up, of course. When she was the center of attention, she took a deep breath.
I'm Rachel Izana. Don't you go forgetting it.
A voice boomed throughout the enclosed classroom, to the point that the window shook from intensity. Satisfied with the job well done, she adopted a grin. Ah, what a cute little grin you adopted! Only beside by someone.
Wait, how about you tell us what you would like to do, all your money interests?
Wait, that's not what I said. Our teacher definitely caught off guard with how empowered Rachel could get. Props to her for managing to hold in Rand's introduction.
Well, I guess I enjoy parkour. Listening to really fast music gets my blood pumping and ready for action.
She answered, pumping her fist. As far as everyone could tell, she was a bundle of unbridled energy, unpredictable at times. Yeah, you've already kind of, like, I don't know, I mean, I get that you're trying to ham it home, but you've already made the point, like, twice, thrice by this point. It was any introvert's worst nightmare, as most of the time she couldn't handle sitting still. She seemed to calm down considerably when I'm with her, though. Just kiss already!
Well, I guess that's good enough.
Miss Amara was already showing signs of exhaustion from meeting Rachel. So, since I was next, I opted to give her a small break. Rachel turned past, facing forward to just the class, but also a teacher. Oh, and I stood up. Sorry, I forgot the important mission.
Hello, my name is Amber Moose. I'm a fan of many genres of music, and I enjoy playing as well, though I'm more focused on the piano at the moment.
Finishing my short introductions, I made eye contact with Mrs. Amara, predicting that she was going to ask me something.
Is it safe to assume you're related to a certain elusive moose?
Man, that last name just fucking sucks when it's not Anon's, right? It's so bad. Her eyebrow raised with a smile, seeking confirmation. She isn't the mother. However, there certainly are a spitting image. Aw, man, I'm a loogie. I believe I got reduced to a loogie. Alright. Pleasure to be a student. Look sure you warmed up to you already. I thought I told you that being attentive people you just met will tire them out. I glanced at it from the side. Take a reminder of advice I've recounted in the past.
You have. But you gotta make an introduction, though. Otherwise, people will just forget who you are.
She said she dejectedly claimed. To which I sighed. At this point, I lost count of how many times she's been worried about this topic in particular.
Don't you think it's scary to have no one remember you?
Her argument did get me thinking, but my response would ultimately be the one I've given before.
I wouldn't say it's scary. That's what friends are for.
My hand landed on her back with a comforting pat.
I figured you'd say that. Alright, done's done. Let's make the best of our time here, the both of us, no matter what happens, okay, deal?
Deal. Since it was the first day, it was mainly rounds of introductions, what after it. Thankfully, Rachel seemed to have taken my advice to heart and turned it down a notch for the rest of the teachers. With one last starting session, the bell rang, signaling the start of lunchtime. Grabbing our stuff, we shuffled out with the rest of class. Once at the cafeteria, we were astonished at how jam-packed and bustling it was. Since it was mostly people taller than us, a pretty intimidating being here. Managing to get our food without much fuss or life-threatening injuries, we seized an empty table right from another pair of students. They clicked their tongues and wandered off with defeat. What a rush.
No kidding.
I thought I grabbed cheers from the bottom of my house for preventing us from getting trampled. Death having been avoided, we sat down into our respective lunches, taking the opportunity to have some small talk. Halfway through our meals, we picked up saying, "So we're going to have to tour the clubs and electives." What are you? You're not in Japan! Guess you can look forward to music class then. Don't you sign up for those before class even starts? I feel like that's the thing. Whatever. I don't even know, man. Too many foreign schools are contaminating my brain. I was not excited to see Mom in action since she was a pretty good teacher. You better be. I like how Mrs. Amora doesn't know it was you. Like, surely Lucy has shown off a picture or two. I better already said I'm joining it.
How about you join as well? Mom and I make a great musician out of you.
Fine. But only because you two are there that we're about to pick something up.
Oh, don't worry, we'll take good care of you.
Stop looking at me like that. To the restroom. May as well go before lunch hits. I got time to take a piss. I can't believe she has to take a pee. I want to imagine a person. And they're like in front of Mario and they're like, I would like to take a piss. Man, I Oh shit, Dungeon Scrolls associated with Roll20? I have an interesting problem, right? And I don't know how to fix it. I need to figure out how to get this taken care of, but you know. Oh, it's all in there, huh? Okay, that should be something I can manage then. How big are these dang maps? Dude, does it tell me how big these things are? Hexa stuff. Oh gosh, all these. How are those not just assets I have? Ugh. There's no one watching. Why am I incentivized to care? Why did I just kick up my leggies? Oh, because I'm recording? Whoops. Entering the restroom, I wasted no time getting into a stall and down to business. Scrolling on my phone as per usual. I check my notifications from my socials, among other things. Jesus Christ, it's lunch! You can do that at the table! After a while, my eyes wandered to the time on my phone. Which beside it. Why are you doing this on the fucking toilet? The toilet. After tidying up, I put my phone back in my backpack. As soon as I make contact, however, an intense dizziness washed over me as if the world was spiraling out of control. I resisted the urge to hurl. Made even harder by the fact that I'd just eaten. With the threat of my lunch coming back out of me, I gulped the nostalgia. Hold up. We know exactly what needs to be playing right now. Purple stink. I love how for someone who's having serious issues, you're extremely mentally clear. With my lunch coming up, I gulped down the nausea before taking deep breaths. Oh, that was horrible. Am I alright? I think it's something about a dizziness is a good sign. Holy shit, it's a character experiencing an altered state of mind. What the fuck is happening? I don't know why, but it's like a really weird thing that people don't do often enough. It's just having a character not be in their right fucking mind. Like, you're in a POV, do something with it. As the thoughts of heading to the office crossed my mind, the repugnant sensation faded away. Why is that repugnant? Guess I'll worry about it if it happens again. Now, putting too much thought on it for the moment, I snatched up my stuff and headed out. Making my way back to class is uneventful. The halls empty as they should be. Ugh. I swear, am I late or something? Picking up the pace, I arrived in my classroom, hoping that everyone hadn't already left for the tour without me. I opened the door only to freeze at the side and side. On the bright side, everyone was still here. The problem was I had no clue who any of the
One of these people. I guess the apocalypse hasn't happened, but I don't recognize anyone anymore. Am I face blind now? Great. God, it's really what I needed on my first day of school. Finding out I'm actually face blind. Where were we? The problem was, however, that I had no idea when these people were. The teacher up front, what's this Mrs. Amora, which raised some alarms. I mean, maybe she had to go? Glancing back at the label on the door. Yeah, this is the A class. The teacher sighed recently with little confusion. Hello, can I help you? Excuse me, would you happen to know where Mrs. Amara's class moved to? I could have sworn this was a collect call. Classroom. The teacher raised an eyebrow, utterly confused, and contemplated my question for a moment. Ah, to move or not to move? That is the question. She's considering your question. Contemplating is such a big word. God damn, you are such a teacher's child. But Lucy is not the kind of person to use big words, though. I am sorry, young lady, but I do not know who this Miss Aomura is. Wait, isn't she a teacher here? She's my homeroom teacher for freshman year. My assistant and Mrs. Aomura seemed irritated. My apology. I was just looking for. Sorry for the trouble. I like how this teacher sees a random strange child and is like, yeah, this is fine. Stepping out, I closed the door behind me before rubbing my temples in frustration. What the hell is going on? Is this some sort of prank? Is Mom in on it? I pulled out my phone, dialing a number, ready to confront her over whatever this was. We're sorry. You've reached a number that is disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel that you have reached this in error, please check the number and try your call again. Huh? No way! It won't connecto? Telephone. Connecto! Started getting increasingly worried. I noticed a shadow begin to loom over me. Turning around, I was greeted by what I can only describe as a hairless gorilla in a suit. He has hair. Very greasy, sleek hair, but hair. He was big, like really big from where I stood. His muscles bulged through his shirt. He wears a jacket, giving me doubt that whoever this was, they were strong. No, they are strong. I like how you're using present tense and they're going to fucking past tense. Oh no, that is past tense. Why is it past tense? Like, did he die? Spears is alive, right? Like, you could say that his muscles bulge. Like, you can do that past tense, but, like, he is the problem here. What are you doing outside of class, Fang? He stood ramrod straight, furthering his imposing presence. Why did you change clothes? I'm sorry, I have any idea who Fang is, I answered in hopes of not getting torn in half. The human adjusted his glasses, leaning in for a closer inspection. You really aren't Fang. His eyebrows raised in realization. Perhaps a relative of theirs? Have you come to watch their concert later today? I can't get sidetracked by this conversation. I have to get answers here and now. I'm sorry, who are you? My apologies. It appears that I have forgotten to introduce myself. I mean, I was assuming you were someone else and interrogating you perfectly. My name is Mr. Spears, and I am the principal of this fine high school. What? That can't be. I've met the principal of Volcano High a couple of times, and I know for sure it wasn't him. Though the name Spears rings a bell. I recall Mom and Dad mentioning someone like that before. My uncertainty grew as question after question to keep on my. Why do you keep using italics? What do the italics mean? Is that like specifically actual thoughts instead of like descriptive text? Like that's fine, but you have to, use your marks. Now that I've answered your question, would you answer mine in turn? Perhaps you wouldn't know Fang, but by another name. Perhaps you wouldn't. Maybe you do know Fang, by another name. Are you familiar with Lucy? That's a really weird way to do that. That is basically the same sentence twice. Like, mix it up a little. Perhaps I maybe do not gel well there. Hearing my mother's maiden name call my nerve gave me a ray of hope. Of course I know her. She's my Mama, I'm baby Stando. No! It's very dangerous to be baby Stando. All of a sudden, a terrible pain encompassed my entire body. It was suffocating, cold, oppressive. Like I was being crushed from all directions at once. Not only could I not breathe, but my heart felt like it was going to explode as well. My legs caused me to fall on my knees in a hunched position. Why is this happening? Well, Anon made a deal with the devil that he would never suffer a heart attack, but in return his child would be extremely vulnerable to them. How does that work? Well, I just teleported all of his cholesterol into your body, so good luck with that, chump. Oh no! I have cholesterol. Are you alright?
Spears does not stutter. Spears is a confident, straightforward. Like, listen, I'm the kind of guy who will tell you to stop making your man so extremely manly, but this is Spears' whole thing. Spears does not stutter. He is resolute and straightforward. When something goes wrong, he sticks out his hand and grabs it firmly. Spears reached out as he kneeled down next to me. As his hand touched my shoulder, it took in a gasp of air, amid heavy chokes. The horrible feeling disappeared entirely, only to leave behind the memory of its pain. Whatever had come is now gone, only for an indescribable horror to take place. A fear for my life. My instincts have been triggered from the experience. As soon as I was able, Barney ran on its own like a bat out of hell.
Wait, hold on.
Spears would not... Oh, he feels a bit meek. Maybe that's the point. Someone yelled out to me, but I didn't turn around. Bursting out of... Oh no, cholesterol and all of its derivatives, including testosterone. Congratulations on tradition. I can't believe Anon's deal with the devil turned his daughter into a son. That's... I'm sure the devil didn't see that one coming either. Someone yelled at me to turn around, but I got I ran as hard as I can. I kept running and running. I'm certain I maintained a dead sprint longer than I was capable of, because soon enough I reached my house. Only it wasn't my house. I know it's been 20 years, but surely your house hasn't changed, right? Like, what the fuck did your... I mean, fair enough, I guess, whatever. The exhaustion from my sprints of several dirty districts struck me like a freight train all at once, and soon collapsed in the lawn of a stranger's house. Weekly board, I had my phone and backpack and checked my time. It was sometime before noon. What caught my attention is the date. It must have changed when I connected to the school Wi-Fi or something, but it was terribly off. It's January 6th, 2020. I like how you just skipped half the fucking year, right? Like, she showed up probably in September to, like, properly join school. Wait, this isn't my beautiful house? Exactly. God, that song is great. That can't be right. It's 2044. Wait. Wait. So she was born in 2030. So Anon was a respectable 28 when he had a child? Holy shit. So many people are like, Anon has a kid way earlier than that. But this Anon is like... Because I assume she's like 14 when she goes to high school, right? So Anon had her in 2030, which means that he's like 28, 27, 29. Holy shit, it's a normal age to have a child. Instead of everyone being like, have one at 18. That's not healthy. Especially in this economy. My gaze is the sky. Countless worrying thoughts rampage within my head. Moments of silence, the words perfectly described by disbelief escape my mouth. What the fuck is going on? It's especially odd when I see people go with that angle. When you remember that, like, Anon goes away for, like, a couple of years to go to college. Anon would not have her earlier than 2024. So, that would be 2038 is, like, the earliest that it logically makes sense to have Amber. And that's if he comes out of college. He probably still wants to find a job, so let's give it a couple extra years. Like, 2040 is, like, the earliest you really want to have this happen. Anyway, I'm gonna say ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Man, what a decent chapter. It's a little long in the tooth, but I knew exactly what I was getting into. I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. I'm not dumb. I need to figure out how to do my library stuff a bit faster than this. Can I just delete everything in this? No questions asked. Oh, that's great. There's no fucking button for this? Oh, that works too. How do you delete the folder then? How much did that help? I love that one thing that's really cool about Roll20 is that it actually shows you how many megabits you use and how many megabytes that is. People don't know those are different things. A lot of people kind of sleep on that. Oh god, I have so many duplicates. Personally, I prefer to delete everything in here, because I'm pretty sure I don't need all these tiles. Where are these tiles from, anyway? Where are these tiles from? Anyway, that's chapter 2. We're gonna do chapter 3 because, like I said, this is like a really brisk read, and for the most part, not too problematic. So you know, what are the comments? Good lord. What the fuck is the AEG? Man, I love these reasonably sized chapters. Did this man start both of his fucking things with my goodness? Good lord. My goodness. Good gravy. Anyway, recording stopped. I need to look at things. I imagine that the mechanics of the bubble is similar though for most authors, myself included, but for another reason entirely. How does the child work? How do baby stundle? Baby stundle! I just like screaming baby stundle, okay? And nothing gets me going like screaming baby stundle. Okay, no, those are on my drive-thru RPG, so I can just recover those and call it a day. You know, I like HexKit, right? I really like what HexKit is. It's really nice to have. I have serious issues with the fact that HexKit is a pain in the ass to use. I like them, though. They're cute. But that does mean I can just select all of these and delete them. And that'll clean up my R folder a little more. And oh my god, Safi, why the fuck did you take all of these? What the hell is wrong with you, Safi? Can I delete select? No. Oh my god, I have to do all of these individually. Are you kidding me right now? Oh. Oh, no, you can just... Oh, that's so much better. Shift click does not work, but at least control click works. I would not like to select this one, though. Man, Dungeons in Blue. I like Dungeons in Blue. That's my attack. You're blue now. Ooh. Can I sort this? Why don't you offer sorting services, man? Holy shit, that's one of my earliest things. It's the patrol cruiser! Oh, oh, I need to extract those maps. I need to get those maps out, man. Damn. So I've drawn maps, right? Like actually drawn them by hand. And I don't know where those files are. I lost a whole bunch of files, actually. Oof. And that is a shame and a half. Is that Absalom Station? Ugh. Actually, that is a really good question. Where the hell did those go? Oh no! Safi! You idiot! The worst part is they might be my Dropbox, and they might be in formats I cannot access. Dude, what the hell is ants? Oh my god, these are ODT files? Yeah, I can open those. I don't even know what ants is. Go away, word. The hell are these? Ugh, I don't know. Go out of here. Those are my notes. I don't know those. That's LOL. I don't know what that is. What is this? To the core. Oh, that one. Man, I can't believe I'm doing this now of all times. It might be my Ert folder. If it's in my Ert folder, then we're good to go. No, this is a whole separate map. Ert. Canvas, canvas. Map for whom? Shit, do these still open? Oh, I remember that map. That map was cute. The little mansion and everything. Map for Strahd-ish. Ugh, gosh, it's so slanted. Safi, how could you draw this at like a 45-degree angle? What's this? Man, I'm looking through some old stuff and it's great. What map is this? Huh? Is this... Oh! Oh, I think this was me routing for that robot game. Oh, damn! What is this? Man, this is a pretty cool map, Safi. I don't think I ever got to use it, though. Man, I need to go draw some maps. They're fun. Nothing personnel, kid. Okay. Downside of this stuff, Safi, is this fucking ruins your recents files. 'Cause I use that for actual navigation because I'm stupid. Well, they should all be in my art folder. Who cares? Useless. Oh, dang. That's a picture I never finished. Doodles. Man, my art sucks. My maps suck and my art sucks and I should feel bad. What the hell's Redux? Oh my god! Holy shit, that's old. It's a decade old. Woof. I think these are all like reference things, yeah. What are these? Translation notes? Exports. Well, bad news. I can't find it. That's not good. It's really bad. Ooh, that is really bad, because if I can't find them, I'm got fucking luck, man. Like, I'm not saying these are, like, especially important or whatever maps, right? But they have a value to me. What are the files called? No, those are probably, like, I made them on the spot. Dude, what the hell? 1 meg. Would it kill you, Safi, to, like, use compressed files? Jesus. Forge inevitable. Oh, here we go. Here's some files that are big. These are like the... Oh, God, the import maps. What's his name again? Boros? I think his name was Poros. I remember Poros. Those maps are downloaded. Should have taken care of. Man. Man. I remember those times. Oh god, those maps are taking up a lot of space. Jesus. These are all flip maps. I know where those are. I don't know where those are. Maps of Master. Did I recover the maps of Mastery yet? Shit. Shit. Great question. Those are so big, though! Those are so fucking big. And I probably have to go to my Gmail to find them. Shit, man. Shit. Those were so expensive, and I look back and I'm like, these are useless. I could have done so much more with my money. I look back at a lot of things and go, man, I shouldn't have spent that money like that. Dude, those things were like hundreds. They were good maps. I'm not arguing that. But damn. Okay, so I can, the problem is, right, I don't, it looks like this message is in Indonesian? What? It's an English text, by the way. Okay, so it still works. Oh god, these things are gonna be a pain to get over. Oh, it was only $100. I thought I... What the fuck is this? What the hell is BBTV? Okay, so that saves me a lot of headaches. So I can just get rid of those, which is good, because they're pretty big. They're cool maps, but they're big. I'm sorry, but welcome to the world of Safi gets distracted by the fact that Safi really likes to do things when he thinks of doing them. That's just how it works with Safi. That should already clear up a bunch of my space, right? Okay, cool. Wow, that actually took like a big chunk out of it. Cool, this might be doable. Nice. Cool. Okay, okay. I can focus now. Girthy. There was a fart for the confused future instances of me. I've considered it. I've considered it. I think I can just keep the files. I think I can just keep the files. I don't care. Oh my god! Oh my god! Listen. I had a guy, and he wanted to play like this monk guy who turns into a tiger or whatever it was. And, I'm just gonna be polite about it. The art he used is, like, explicitly furry art that I knew of. And it made me giggle and laugh my little ass off. I feel bad for the guy. I never called him out or anything, don't worry. I never made it his problem, but I just can't stop laughing. Oh my god! It's the maps for... Oh, man. It's the maps for Wrath of the Righteous. We never got to finish that game. I canceled it, though, because Jesus. I'm gonna tell you this. Wrath of the Righteous falls apart. Like, completely turns to ashes and cinders. Don't ever bother. Why are there so many duplicates? Is this like an old thing that's how the maps used to work? I'm not saying I didn't like Wrath of the Righteous, but it is like, do you like Pathfinder Rocket Tag? Because it's Pathfinder Rocket Tag on steroids. Every combat encounter is like, did you do it? No? Then be gone. Oh, look, it's the, what is it called again? The, Huanti Fortress. And the little encounter maps. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. Now I had to resize them, and I wanted to make sure that everything worked. Oh, they're so cute. Pain in the ass, though. Oh, that's my paladin! I see my paladin, who I used in out of the abyss. With Optitrism, or Opti, as we often call them. I hope Opti is doing good. As much as I didn't agree with his game mastering style, I've learned A, appreciation, and B, I've started to realize why he always goes, and they say. He always does that when a character starts talking. He's like, oh, they say. Because it helps create clarity. I always felt it was a little silly, but now I'm like, you know, Opti, you had to figure it out before I did. And there's, it's Winnie. I love Winnie. The little leshy guy. He's just a little plant boy with an orange peel hat. And there's what's it called again? Droskar's Crucible, Falcon's Hollow. We gotta save the kids. That was great. I think when the player character's traumatized, one of the kids. Although to be fair, that's kind of 90% of what the module's trying to do anyway. So you can't really escape the kids getting traumatized. Paizo demands that these monsters fight to the death, and the kids are traumatized. I'm sorry, there's no other way. Cool, we're gonna get all these maps. Listen, I know to some extent I want to save these maps, but I'm also like, listen, if I didn't draw these maps, I don't really care. I can find them again. I don't even care all that much about maps. I only want those other maps because they're like personal items, you know? It's like, I made those maps, man. I put my hands on them. And I lost them somehow. I don't know if that's even possible or makes sense because those maps, right? They really should be somewhere I can recover them, because the stuff I lost was almost entirely on Foundry. Everything else was mostly backed up and taken care of. So it'd be super weird if those were gone now. Dungeons in Blue, by the way, is a map set that I really recommend. If you don't mind simple maps that get the job done, Dungeons in Blue is really good for, like, here's a little battle map you can use. Or in just inspiration, because the maps are very varied in what you got. You get your money's worth, is what I'm saying. The Blood Brother. And now we're up here, and I can delete these, and if everything went alright... Who's that again? Azamar Red. I feel like I know that character. Alright, let's see the total damage, and then we go on to the next chapter. I have 226 megabytes. I'm only double. I have 100 megabytes in storage. So, odds are if I clear out a lot of the extra chafe, I should be good to go. Oh my god, that's that hex map I made for the game that, like, never went anywhere. Oh, that's just painful, man. That's just painful. Oh, it's Sakura! Man, so many memories. So many memories here, man. So many memories. And there's the compass token. Always needed, like, a token to represent the party on the map. I think we pretty much always went for the fucking compass. I can't help but notice, Roll20, that every time I take that token out, you seem to make a copy of it and don't tell me about it. Yeah, you got something to tell me? You got, like, a little... You're making some scratch off on the side on this, you know? That's Ekis. Oh yeah, Como always made, like, the same sort of character. He always went for lizards, and he always gave him, like, lizard names. Gosh, Como had a style to him, didn't he? What the hell is that there? Safi, that's just straight up... You know, it's a nice trip down memory lane. Why are these here? That's like the weirdest thing to have in this folder. Is tokens that I'm pretty sure I just have in my collection as, like, things I purchased. Well, that's a rock. Why is a rock in here? I feel like I made that map. Okay, well, I think that's all the damage control can do without getting nitpicky about it. And looking for dupes. Oh shit! I just deleted something, and whatever it was, it took up, like, megabytes of space. I'm good now. What the hell did I delete? What the fuck did I didn't see anything there that was, like, hundreds of thousands of... What happened? I'm terrified. I'm scared now. You know how, like, you're, like, clearing out your drive? You know when you, like, start clearing out your drive and you come to the horrifying discovery that something... That, like, like, something bad definitely just happened. Well, on the plus side, I got to upload my token. On the plus side, I got to upload my token. Ow, my side. All right. Time to do another human male on female anthro adjacent stuff like Echo, Dancing Toward Tomorrow, or classic Angels with Scaly Wings fanfic reading. How the hell do I find these maps that I think I lost? That's, like, the real question, right? So I really want to find them. I genuinely want to find them. Are there names on these? Kobold map, Wayward map. Like, that's cute and all, but I need the full image. wayward then? No items match my search. Shit. Man, I might have just lost those things. That's so sad! Oh, fuck! I threw my phone on the ground. Why was it on the ledge? Oh, it's not on the ledge. It's like, oh god, it's on a tiny little... Well, I'm glad I got a case for my phone. It does its job. Jesus. I don't need another heart attack right now. Ah! Just gonna do one more little thing before we call it a quitsies. Don't need those. I don't need those. I don't need those. These. I just want these, man. Oh my god. Why did you make all of them individual files, Safi? Why are you so weird? Viper Veil. What the hell was Viper Veil? Wasp Lady, I know that one. That's the clearing. I made another clearing map. Can I find that one? That one would be great. Because I made another... a clearing for root is what I'm talking about. I made another clearing for root. And in that clearing, I actually made like little icons and stuff. They're pretty cute. Okay, this is another one of those fucking little... Yeah, there we go. I think this is the one. Yeah, we made the little icons. Those are so cute. They were cute! I think they're cute. I'm not showing you them. Oh, yeah, Sword Temper. Never did anything with that. There's the Inktober's. Is there no other layers here? It's just this. I think I'm out of luck, man. I think they're just gone. I think the only thing I can get... I think the best I can do is... recover what I have on... And I don't know if that's possible. I'm pretty sure the Roll20 doesn't really let you do that. I don't remember that one guy who gave me like a lot of shit for nothing. Ugh. I'm gonna delete that comment. Oh. Well, I just got news that the reason I shifted up this entire stream is basically being canceled. Great, great. Oh, God, I hope my phone is okay. I'm so nervous about this stuff of late. I mean, I'm kind of looking to maybe getting a replacement sometime soon, but on the other hand, you know. Just running my fingers along the edges to make sure it's okay. I hope that if I buy a new phone, they still give you, like, what is it called? I know they stopped giving out chargers for some reason. I don't know why they're being all weird about it. Like, I get it. Everyone's got a charger, but if I need one, I would prefer one that comes with the box, you know? I think it's alright. Man, that's so annoying. Ugh! So yeah, the whole reason that I moved up the stream is apparently getting cancelled. Ain't that great? I like Angels of Scaly Wings 1 a little bit. I mean, I feel like... Similar to Snoot Game, I liked it a lot at the time, and over time I've just grown, like, aware of the fact that it's not that good. But I feel that unlike Snoot Game, which definitely had, like, the good shitpost comedy to it, like, Angels of Scaly Wings is missing a lot. Do I think Angels of Scaly Wings 2 will actually happen, or you think it's a rug pull? I think what happened with what's it called again? Broken Hearts? No, Broken Hearts is the one he's doing online, right? I mean, the thing we're pointing out, that Angels of Scaly Wings 2, the Strands of Fate... my god, man, you can't have a comma and a colon like that. What are you doing? Like, the art's there, okay? I get the feeling that he's also got more, like, actual backgrounds taken care of now. So if it is a rug pull, the guy put in more effort than he really had to. Personally, I wouldn't put it past him that he's, like, out of money and had to scooch. Okay, this background's, like, throwing me the... What the hell am I looking at? I also feel like Angels of Scaly Wings... I feel like a lot of it relied on being what it was, you know? It's not something you can just do twice, you know? Part of it was, we went to this other world, and we had a lovely adventure and everything. So it had a lot of that isekai energy going for it, and now it's like, no, we're just a reality, and we have to make everything... And it just feels so much less of an escapist fun fantasy. I feel like the actual problem with this is, like, the guy got himself, you know, he overestimated his abilities, got himself a big idea, and I'm like, you know, I don't think you need to write a story that has 9 factions vying for power. You've got a really... I feel like this man would have benefited from a smaller scope, something more focused. I also... Like, I get it, right? The part of an isekai is to eventually go home. But Angels of Scaly Wings 1 is like... The best ending is like, ah, fuck these guys. I don't know, I'm just kind of meh. Kind of meh on it. Having a serious fucking mental breakdown over my phone hitting the ground. Oh my god. I'm still kind of annoyed at that thing that I took a score. She's gone now. Still want to give Maverick a big old kiss and watch he gets annoyed about it. Hell yeah. If it does happen, hopefully this time the characters are not flatter than a washboard. You can describe them in one word and that's entire personality. I feel like the thing that really made Angels of Scaly Wings work for me at the time is that I hadn't delved as deep, you know? Over the last while, I've definitely, like, honed my craft and my critical opinion on things, and I've gotten more harsh about things. At the time, I was in an emotional bad state. I wasn't really thinking all that hard. So all in all, everything kind of worked out. It's a fairly game pull itself through to the end. But I also feel that like a concept like that, I'm getting really kind of on romance stories that feature multiple characters. I just, I feel like the merit of an interactive narrative often gets undercut by like the necessity thereof. It's like, do you really need this? Because it really feels like the story you're trying to tell would work way better if you didn't have to worry about all those other plot lines that you're definitely... Like, one of the most interesting problems about this, right, is there is an obvious good answer, a good ending, and every other ending is like, do you even want to write them? Are you excited to write these endings that are just unsatisfying and unfun? Are you pushing yourself to do these? Ugh. Hold up. I'm gonna be back in like a hot minute. Okay. Shit, why the... You're unlock author. Okay. Shit, why the... You're unlock author. As a Maverick. You're unlock author. Okay. Shit, why the... You're unlock author. Good job, Safi, idiot. Dual stream. Automatically generate vertical cropped versions for short feed? Fair enough. You're in luck, Arthur. There's a Maverick route mod. I would say it's an okay one. I mean, I think I'm gonna take a leak and then we go do another chapter. But in the meantime, it's been so long. I don't know if I can even give you a good opinion on any of the stuff at this point anymore. Fusion cores. Fusion cores. So, just one more. One more chapter. One more chapter. But first, we must get teenage traffic. Let me Angie boys. Obviously, that's what is missing. We need more conflict. I mean, it depends on what you really want to achieve. Man, I don't know what it is. For some reason my brain was like, that title theme is actually Angels of Scalar Wings. Alright, chapter 3, Help from the Past. We must go back to the future in the past. It's a dream, isn't it? It has to be. Why it's? Why not this is a dream? That's so much better. A nightmare. Please, just let me wake up. There's no way that any of this is real. My mind, my body, my soul. They're all screaming out for none of this to be happening. How could this be happening? I have nothing to live for. Ah! I open my eyes and attempt to snap out of this hallucination. The vast blue sky, accompanied by the shining star we call the sun, greeted me. What has Lucy been reading you? You're 14! Get a life! I'm gonna yell at this child about their choice of words. Oh shit, it's snowing outside again. Hell yeah, baby. None of it's sticking because it's way too warm, but it's snowing. Hell yeah, brother. Still laying down on the lawn, I collapsed on and had my body run immobile from all the exhaustion. All I had left was me and my thoughts. What happened to me? I won't be ignored! My mind instantly focused on the horrible feeling that nearly killed me. Aside from that, I had a vague idea as to what my situation was. Despite how ridiculous it seemed. Take another look at the dates, cementing my fears. January 6th. Like, I'm impressed this motherfucker bothered to put this in superscript. Also, Wani Demo, see you again post E2. Nico breaks up with Olivia. Olovia? And leaves and meets the Lara, starts connecting. Oh my god, please, please. I'm in the pasto. Not just even a couple of years. I'm not in a couple of years. I'm in a time I don't even existed. What kind of cruel joke is this? I can't even shake my own hand. Why? 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 If I'd been able to move, I would have unleashed my frustrations and thrashed whatever I would get my hands on. I'm a very... Despite being an extremely proper young woman up until this point, I'm not going to be very rude about things. Instead, all I could do was flail about wildly. I don't care if anyone see me and made it look like I was throwing a tantrum. I would find no comfort here. I was all alone. Don't you think it's scary to have no one remember you? My eyes widened. I remembered Rachel's words. Her tail started to well up. Mom, Dad, Rachel, I don't want to be alone. I'm scared. I'm scared. Hello? Hello, I'm so scared. Nobody knows me here, and I got nowhere to go. Man, I'm like -10. Sucks. How many candles go on a birthday cake for a -10? 10 years early. Is that what they mean with an early child? Born early?
Simcoe attempts to leave Olivia. No, you don't, Jax. Oh no, damn, he got isekai. Despair and sadness clouded my mind. Subconsciously curling up, I wept quietly into the earth beneath me, all motion of past. Also, if you're subconsciously curling up, then you're noticing it. It's whatever. I mean, I get what you mean. You're not really paying attention, but that's a. Feels. I don't know. I feel like you should comment on it a bit more than that. Oh, the notion of passing time escaped me as I cried myself to sleep. When I came to, the sun was still bearing down on me. I've been sleeping on some random stranger's lawn for like an hour. Nobody cares. I thought this was a nice neighborhood. Dirt and blades of grass stuck all over me when I sat up, checking my phone again. Despairing of the right dead miles went to the clock. Only an hour and a half passed in my manic rush. Amber, I'm an isekai. That can't be right. I don't have slave harem yet. Dad, how can I be in an isekai if slavery isn't even legal? Where am I supposed to get my 5 slave girlfriends who I'm not going to release from slavery or bondage? And Anna's like, oh my god, Amber, I grew out of that shit years ago. What the hell? What did I tell you? If I ever find myself in an isekai, I will release all slaves in my possession from bondage. There we go. Don't be a Jefferson, darling. Thomas Jefferson might have had slaves and fucked them and then been like, haha, your child is still my slave too. But it doesn't make it right for you to do so. In fact, if you ever do go back in time, just kill Jefferson, okay? Just shoot him. You got my blessing. Fuck that guy. Isn't he a founder of America? Yeah. And he sucks ass. just like, I don't know, it's like a really personal beef with Jefferson. Just like, out of all of them, he's like the one that he's like, listen, if you ever come across him, right? John Hancock, who cares? Hamilton, who cares? If you see Jefferson, shoot him. No apologies. No warning. I want a different president on my $100 bill. Taking out of the time, I acknowledge my body's cry. Stomach, can't you see we're in deep shit? Didn't care for that, only grumbling louder, making me conscious. I was also thirsty. I had some money on me, so I could get a quick snack and a refreshment that wouldn't help me in the long run. After all, I know where I belong now. Nowhere else I can run to. Also, given inflation, she probably has like $200 in her pocket, and it's like, oh, this is enough for like 2 cookies, right? At the current rate of inflation, it might as well be. Sir, can I buy a loaf of bread? She slaps $200 down. Jesus Christ, woman. You alright? Take it back on the past, my past. I searched for my memory for answers. I'm pretty sure if you knew if there were answers in your memories about time travel, you would have figured it out by now. If you're in trouble with our route, I'd have to go to Grandpa's house. I like how. If you're ever in trouble and we're not around, darling, don't hesitate to go to Grandpa's house. Whoever you're struggling with, I know they'll help you. I'm sure of it, sweet. Oh no, that's Mom. That's Lucy. If you're ever in trouble when I'm around, darling, don't hesitate to go to Grandpa's house. Whatever you're struggling with, I know they'll help you. I'm sure of it, sweet tooth. That's your nickname. I'm bequeathing it to thee. Mom's words echoed in my mind, and my eyes wanted to water out of yearning, but I had no tears left. I'm too fucking thirsty. I need to hydrate, or dihydrate. Despite it, recalling her words, I could feel my heart grow strong. With renewed energy, I gritted my teeth, picked myself up, and whatever happened to me, I wouldn't let it win. I didn't know how or what I could do, but at least I was set up to find a solution. That helps, being productive. Going places, meeting people, Dunder Mifflin. It's paper, people, paper. My legs were unbelievably sore from the abuse I put them through, and yet, I mean, I know that feeling. Last Tuesday, I went for a 2-hour long walk in the freezing cold, and my legs were frozen. That was not a smart move. I didn't flinch from the pain. I kept putting one foot in front of the other on my trek to my destination. You already ran. Like, I'm impressed that after 1 hour you can just get up, but I guess you are 14, so who knows. After a while of my forced discomfort, I arrived at the edge of my grandparents' neighborhood. It remained the same despite my traversal through time, though it had been comparatively left worn down than when I last
that I was used to. That's as Bar gave me strange looks, even after I dusted myself off. I was quite a mess. My feathers had become unkempt, and I could tell I was giving off and exhausted. You're a teenager. Why would anyone give a shit? You're like a teenager who is like in puberty at best. I'm sure the average person doesn't really give it that much attention. Like, the way it's written implies that you're like 9 years old. In fact, there's a weird part of me that feels like Amber does kind of come across like she's supposed to be 9, which is what most people tend to write her as, but like, she's going to high school, man. She's 14. She has a rich social life on her phone by this point. Despite the attention, that's probably just me. I'm also part of the problem. Despite the attention, I threw it to the back. I threw it back. I gotta throw it back in the yard. On my mind, as my parents' house came into sight, walking up to the front door, I reached for the knocker. I just stopped just short of it. My body was frozen in fear and anxiousness. Memories of the crushing, as I dubbed it, came back to me. I don't want to go through that again. Am I really making the right choice here? Is there another way? Maybe it was Spears' psychic powers. Second-guessing myself right at the finish line. The decision was made for me with the door open. It caused me to jump out of my scales. In front of me was now a light blue pterosaur, much like me, though petite. The closed eyes shot open, revealing round irises, an indisputable mark of bloodline that I was a part of. Lucy, what happened? You alright? You began quickly scattering around my body over injuries. What happened to your clothes? Didn't you leave in your usual getup? I couldn't bring myself to answer. When I came to mind, I too lost what to say. Amid the silence, the great beast roared in protest of being neglected. Son of a blush and embarrassment. I feel like, you know, Fang is 18, and I imagine she's taller than you, and like more mature. I'm honestly baffled that Samantha like wouldn't know the difference. Like, sure, you look like them, but no one's gonna walk up to me. I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure when my dad was young, he wouldn't look like me in that way. Amidst the silence, okay. My grandmother, Samantha Harron, giggled at my body's honesty. Let's get you something to eat, Lucy. She said, ushering me inside without my input. From the looks of it, you need a little upper to lift your spirits. So how about you make you some diet nuggets you enjoy so much? She wasted no time in leading me into the kitchen. Full setting me down at the table. The next thing I knew, I was taken aback at the speed of proficiency which she cooked. It's fucking nuggets! What do you mean, cooking? I fell into a whirlwind of action, never stopping whatsoever. Even as she finished and laid the plate down nuggets in front of me, she hadn't broken a sweat. Now, how about you tell me what happened? She gazed right into my eyes, despite us being closed. I could feel myself breaking out into a cold sweat. One night I had to say something. I thought I was square that I would suffer the effects of the crushing again. I like how the character is aware of the fact that the crushing seems to be because she tried to tell Spears about the time travel stuff. But, like, you haven't told the audience that, and she is using it like it is. Like, you can't leave your audience in the dark on these kinds of conclusions. You have to let the character... Whatever. I couldn't put her in a situation where someone who looked like a daughter had a heart attack. Regardless, I couldn't have her think that I was mom. That could only be bad. My silence was interpreted as a refusal to speak. A frown sullied an amiable look. Well, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. Just eat up, dear. Oh no! I'm losing my chance! Come on, words, just come out, please! I started panicking, mine into overdrive. How am I supposed to tell Grandma I'm a granddaughter without weirding around? By muttering, of course. Although, if the crushing does happen because you say things, right, then how the fuck can you mutter it without realizing that it's happening? What did you just say? She said, dropping the room's temperature to freezing cold. Her eyes widened in realization, quickly covering my mouth. Your eyes covered your mouth? Oh no! My mumble! I braced myself with incoming pain, hoping to brave it best I could for it, but nothing happened. I thought I could tell. This has happened once! How the fuck has she figured it out by now? Like, this is probably one of my biggest issues with this in the early part. It's like, the crushing is treated as this, but it's not explained to us clearly for a good while, like in a crisp, clear fashion. We're just kind of supposed to infer this out of from what? Like, maybe she froze because Spears is fucking terrifying. Nah, I have a good look at you. You're not Lucy. Who are you? What did you mean by granddaughter? I'm sorry, Samantha. You're old now. I think you're a clone now. God damn it. Someone's posting some heavy memes. Before we go much further, I must remind you, I love this stupid little fucking...
Cube!
It's just a guy who's like points at a cube and he goes, cube. It's great. It's everything you need. I always did wonder how she could see, but now's not the time to think about that. Where did her wrinkles go? Seeing as the crushing filter make an appearance, I gulp, stealing myself to test the water. You're right, I'm not. You're right, I'm not Lucy. I'm her daughter, Amber. I paused between my sentences just in case that the crushing felt like making itself known. As soon as my words reached her, she recoiled in my grasp. A wing switched in the interim, and the furrow in her brow intensified. Does the author know that, like, between 15 to, like, 18, women do grow up, man? Like, how are these the same? But how? Lucy is only 18 and you look like you're 16. 15, actually. She didn't know what to think about the situation at all. I did find herself pinching herself a couple of times. She can see she was dreaming. Verifying she was indeed awake, she took a deep breath. How do I know you're telling the truth? That is a really good question, actually. I didn't have anything that could be used to ID me. Wait, I'll show her a picture. Look, this is a picture of me and you and my mom, although she doesn't look like anything like you ever remember. But I swear she's my mom. You know, my mom was in the band. Oh, you mean the band? Yeah, my mom's in the band. At this point in her life. Oh, I do remember the band. God damn it. Fucking puppet pals and the band. The moment it struck me, and I took out my phone and started browsing the gallery. A bunch of pictures from family get-togethers, but I scrolled over down to the one I had in mind. Selecting the image, I turned the phone on to Grandma. She froze and her mouth hung open with her hands on a beak. Her reaction to the picture spoke volumes. Is that the picture? This picture was taken on Mother's Day. I think you can recognize who the people here, but it starts in the middle. That's me. Your granddaughter. Isn't it weird that you're blue and your daughter's green? Then I noticed that she actually started tearing up. Did I overdo it? No! She's like, oh my thank fucking goodness, I'm gonna have a grandkid. After we sterilized Nasser for being a fucking idiot. What? Well, you know, he drove his bike, flew off, and crushed his balls on a bollard. And he said afterwards that no one ever should suffer from that bollard ever again. And then Anna, in a couple of weeks, is like, this bollard has it out for me. What a weird repeat in history. Well, that's a bonus chapter we don't need. Before I could react, I was captured in a feathered and comfortably tight embrace. Oh, thank the Lord. Lucy grows up to be a fine woman and gives me a beautiful granddaughter. He was speaking through the tears, but I could tell they were made of joy. I felt smart critics of my beak as I hugged her back. How could it be anything else? Thanks God. Oh, thank God, my daughter sucks ass even worse in the future. I'm so upset. I feel like you're overstating the evidence. After a while, we separated from each other and Grandma. I would like to point out, I do note that this author doesn't just use, like, proper paragraphs and shit, but also, like, uses new lines to indicate that a little bit of time passes. Holy shit. We have an author that actually knows how structure works. Living Memory should be mandatory reading for everyone who wants to write a fanfic, I feel. Just the basics go a long way. After a while, we separated from each other and Grandma wiped away her tears with a satisfied expression. Ugh. Ugh. Now then, I think it's safe to say that you have a story to tell. Don't hold back there. Grandma will listen to everything you have to say. It was clear to me that she was absolutely late to refer to herself like that. But now that I've been prompted to, I went ahead and told her everything that I experienced up until this point. You're gonna have to wait a while, Mom. Like, I know you're like in your 40s by this point, but you're gonna have to wait until you're like, holy shit. So, odds are that, assuming they got them at 18, there's a fair chance that Ripley is retired by the time this story starts in Amber's timeline in 2044. Solid chance. It was clear that she was absolutely related to... I went ahead and told her everything experienced up until this point. How I woke up and attended my first day of high school to find myself here as well as the crushing. You should call it the crushing, man. I told her about the breakdowns from a bit ago, which earned me a couple of comforting headpats. Once the recap of events ended, she became lost in thoughts, processing everything I had said. My mom told me long ago that Grandma, despite her age, was far sharper than she let on. I think it'd be best if we kept this between the two of us. I stared at her, confused. I mean, I guess Dad did freak out over the whole mom being a ghost thing, so... Wouldn't it be better if we just had more people to rely upon? I think 2 reasons for which it's best to keep this a secret. She raised her index finger. First, we don't know how other people having knowledge of you would affect history. After all, you've yet to grace this world. I would very much like to avoid changing events such a way that you don't come to be. Second, I do not wish to suffer this as crushing, as you call it. From what you told me, it seems like you stopped before you told someone who your mother is. Would it apply if you were to talk to someone in the future, or perhaps your father? I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't want to find out. Hey, are you guys still receiving anything? You've been quiet. Come on. Feed my ego. Make me feel important. God dang it. What the hell? Man, today's been a busy day, despite the fact that my entire fucking... Where were we? Man, so much yawning, and I don't know why! She went quiet again for a moment before perking up and placing her fist in her palm. She just had the greatest idea. Oh, I know. How about we pass you off as one of my nieces? I could say you're the daughter of one of my sisters. Yeah, isn't that what a niece is? If it had to be someone unbelievable, we could just go, yes, Betty. It worked perfectly. Who? She's a sister of mine that lives on the other side of the country. We're rather distant, so I doubt we would come into contact with her family at all. She and I look alike, the only difference being the color of her hair, so we should have no problem giving one of her children. I'd also like to point out, as far as I recall, I don't think she ever comes up, so despite this being kind of like a Chekhov's gun, it never gets used. Which is fine. It's not really what the story's about anyway. She seemed too into this idea, but ultimately didn't have any problems with the plan. Okay, that sounds good. I'm your niece, but keep calling me Amber. I don't think I'd adapt well to having a new name. Also, we'd lose all of our marketing appeal. People need to know I'm Amber. How else would they buy the toys? I see no problem with keeping Amber as your first name. I wouldn't have you change such a wonderful name. But something will have to be done about your last name. How about Jesus? Jesus? Just something out of my tongue. Father's suggestion of it. Amberesis. Is this a fucking joke? Amberesis. Ambiguous? Kind of? No. You can't do that to a child, man. You gotta look at too fond on it. Let's try again. Can't we use my supposed mother's surname? Don't know what surname Mitty's family is under, as I say. We're rather distant. How about Kraid? What kind of last name is that? Gonna Kraid over and over again. Very well, from now on, you're Amber Kraid. Just don't forget who you truly are, okay? Amber Kraid? Amber Kraid. Amber Kraid? Ambercrate. What does it make me giggle? Of course, I'm your granddaughter and your mother's daughter. Nothing can change that. It's just a last name. Stop making a big deal out of it. Oh, man, the yawning will not stop. Anyway, I get out. What's worse, so the fire bonds. Funny situation, invasion. Our conversation continued until a set of heavy footsteps approached the front door. Could it be Grandpa? I waited for them to answer. To my surprise, the door was kicked open. Past it, I spotted a figure that was definitely not Grandpa. Instead, the motivated two entrance was just another light blue pterosaur, slightly taller than me, dressed in a black crop top and ripped jeans. Based on the attire, I would have no clue who they were, except one look at their eyes revealed their identity, at least to me. Eyes, the color which I shared my name with, except they were downcast and lost all glimmer. I was someone who was in a painful, full of sorrow, and yet full of hate at the same time. The very old bore straight into me in disdain, at the very least acknowledging that I existed. I flinched from the sheer intensity, as if their gaze was labeling me as a cause of their misery. Lucy, what's wrong? Are you alright? Mom made her way over to Lucy in urgency. Mom! Mom! What followed was the rejected complaint. Or it's Fang. Just leave me alone. I'm in the shittiest moods right now. Lucy proceeded to head upstairs carrying a guitar case. Oh yeah, this is after the concert, isn't it? Wait, you have a visitor. What wants you to do? Don't care. Just tell him to fuck off. My heart cracked at hearing those words. In my shock, all I could hear was the door slamming in the distance. The internet's just lost right now. Well, like I said, so far so good, you know? I don't know. I feel like it's taking some time to really get things going, but on the plus side, we've hit good beats, you know? A little bit here, a little bit there, character development, where people get space to breathe and be themselves. It's good. Next up will be a fresh start, which I guess I gotta start moving on. It's gotta be great. As I said, I kind of like this one. It's such a mellow compared to the usual stuff I gotta put up with. My lips are dry, though. In a little bit of time, I'm gonna get myself some soup. Some delicious peanut soup. Man, I love good soup. I'm gonna be so full of soup. Oh, I want to be full of soup. It's so delicious and warm. Puts a smile on my face. I can't keep going, man. I keep yawning every 5 seconds. I'm not supposed to do anything if all I can do is yawn. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. Do is yawn. And all that stuff. We'll do more. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. Kind of depends on how tomorrow morning goes. There might be another session. I'll do some catch up. I did pay attention. What happened? I can't believe Senator. Salt me. Don't my feelings mean anything to you? Basically, Amber came home to Samantha, and Samantha figured it out. And they're like, you can tell me the truth, but don't tell anyone else. We gotta limit the amount of time-space disaster happening. And then Fang came home, and she's like, wow, my mom was this fucked up? That sucks. That's terrible. And she got really sad about it. Which I like. Like, Amber never saw Fang, only ever Lucy. So that's a fun thing. It's cognizant of what's going on. How do you? So that's great. So yeah, next up is chapter 4. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Lots of pet. And look, the chapters are not overly long. These are gonna get a little longer after this. Chapter 5 is especially where we're picking up some girth. And chapter 6 goes back to normal, which is great. Great! What the hell is Sentinels of the Multiverse? I feel like I've heard of that game. Board Game Geek, enlighten me. Wait, I can just go to shut up and sit down. They have all the information. 2011? Oh, they should have reviewed it. When Paul was still around? What? This is a Paul era review? That's fucking nuts. I heard there's like a fanfic that's basically My Immortal of Percy Jackson. Ew! I don't even know Percy Jackson, man. I don't think they deserve that. I don't do well with that. Oh, man. What even is Percy Jackson? Man, I'm gonna watch that review video of Shut Up and Sit Down. I feel like they did another one, but I think it's a... It's the first Shut Up and Sit Down review I've completely disagreed with. To your point about damage, and more damage, sorry, but this is just wrong. Maybe if you kept picking the same heroes over and over, maybe you got bad luck and never drew utility cards, but there are several heroes that have utility, healing, tank, and support moves. Visionary is almost entirely not offensive here, for example, with most of her powers affecting the villain deck, such as rearranging and controlling enemy minions. Oh, that's cute. Hmm. Man, it's interesting to see a review this old. Actually, I talk about the Paul era, but then I realized Quinn's also left. The only person in this video that's still around is Matt. Man, Shut Up and Sit Down is such a weird story. Why did Paul leave anyway? I almost forgot. I think it was just like personal reasons, and he's gone now. Man, I remember that weird mega game they once did, where I think they were Japan and aliens were invading or something. Something about whales. Ah, well, nothing here about those guys. 500,000 subs, though. Ooh. 2011. That's 15 years, man. Let's see. It's called, like, Moondaughter. Also, I don't know Percy Jackson's work, but it sounds like a car crash. So bad you can't look away. Listen, I'd subject myself to it if I was feeling especially, like, subjecting myself to it. So, yeah, tomorrow we might do another stream, maybe later. No matter how cold it is, you will always encounter a guy wearing shorts at least once. You know, you say that, and it's true. I did, in fact, see someone on that really cold day walking around in shorts. It's just how reality works. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to end the stream because, you know, 2 chapters is a lot compared to normal. And we might do a stream tomorrow and all that, so, be there or be square. And if you're going to be square, then, I don't know. Learn how logarithms work.